Hi there. This is part one of how to arrange sheet music. So if on this YouTube channel, I have made different arrangements of sheet music that I then put on Synthesis, and it is a way that some people can make money, but it's just also a way to figure out the notes and rhythms of a song and put it into sheet music and then be able to share it with other people. Because obviously sheet music is not available for every song. A good example is this background that I have is this Black Bonzo was a Swedish band, and Skefta, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Sweden, and that there's no sheet music for their songs. So, but the first thing to do before I show you how to specifically arrange is, number one, before you watch this video, obviously if you're going to arrange sheet music, it's a good idea to know how to read sheet music. That's one thing. So I'm assuming that if you watch this, you already know how to do that. I mean, you can look up how to read music and like learn your notes. It's not super hard, but that's something that you need to know because that's sheet music. That's the point. So first, we need to understand how to count rhythms, because what you have to do is just hear what the song sounds like and hear all the different instruments and know their rhythms. And the next part we'll look at how to know their notes. So you can use a metronome. I have a older one, but there's obviously other ones that you can get online or on your phone. So we're gonna look at how you would count and clap these rhythms. So hopefully you can hear that because my microphone's right here. So let's go to about 80 beats per minute. So the first thing, this first rhythm is a whole note. So if we're acting like this is in 4/4, if this is 4/4, then there's four beats in each measure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So if we were clapping a whole note, it would be so, you know, it's not, you're not always going to clap perfectly, but this is definitely a good thing to know. So I'm not going to clap perfectly, obviously, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're not having it's not a rest, it's just holding the note out. Then we have half notes. They're for 2 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have a dotted half note, which is for 3 beats. I should put a rest right there because we're not going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Just the 4th beat will be a rest. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. Then quarter notes, that's for each beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 8th notes, that's twice as fast as the beat. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And it's easy to rush sometimes. So those first 5 ones are pretty simple, pretty easy to clap. But the last 4 are still common rhythms, but they are a little bit harder. The next one that has 3 notes, has a number 3 on top of it, is called a triplet. So each beat is divided into 3, and you count these like this. Well, yeah, you can say 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2. That's kind of hard to say. My teacher that I had when I was learning those said that you can say things like chocolate or blueberry. So blueberry, 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 blueberry. So pretty simple. That's kind of like, oh. So you probably would know what that rhythm is if you heard it in a song. So that's what you just have to learn to do. You have to learn to hear rhythm, like, oh, I knew that was triplets, if you hear something. Okay, then the next one is 16th notes. That means each beat is divided into 4, so you have to clap 4 times in each beat. Okay, this is a little bit hard to clap. 1 yen, 2 beat. Okay, wait. That's it. Hard to count with that, so I would just clap. Okay, then the next one, that's the one right here, is, well, there's not a name for it, but it's these two are just 2 random examples of some syncopation you can get. Not necessarily syncopation, but just out of the ordinary ones, I guess. So this has a dotted 8th note and then a 16th note. Let me go on here where I drew this and then kind of zoom in. Is there a way to zoom in on this thing? Select. Maybe if I do this. Okay, nope, that's not right. Well, it will just have to be kind of small. So let me make this red. So each beat, if this is the beat, each beat starts here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we're in 4/4, there's only 4 beats to measure. 8th notes come here because, well, there's going to be 8 8th notes and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and there's going to be 8 before the new measure starts, which is right here. And this is where the measure began. So with this one that's right here, we can see if it's a dotted 8th note, that means that it's held for 3 8th notes of, or 3/4 of a quarter note. So if this is the length of a quarter note, then about 3/4. So to right here is where that note would finish. So we've got, but then the 16th note is 1/4 of it. So we have basically 3/4 of a quarter note and then 1/4. And it adds up to 4/4, so that's still 1 beat. So for example, like right here, that is, all 4 of those are 1/4. Over here, those are 1/3, and that needs to add up to, well, it doesn't need to, but in this case, they all add up to 4/4, which is a whole quarter note. And yeah, right here, it's a half note, or not half note, half of a quarter note, 8th note. So we can tell this is where the beat's going to line up for this one. We have 3/4 of a quarter note and then 1/4. So that means yeah, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to clap. So that's what it would sound like. That's faster than the beat. So it's kind of like swung eighths. So that's that one. So as you can see, some are harder, and I said I'm not perfect at this, but I'm just showing you how I do it. And in here, it's the opposite. It's 1/4 and then 3/4 of a beat. So wait. Well, we can go over here to note flight, and it can, this is what it sounds like. This first measure is what we have. So so yeah, obviously I'm not perfect at this, but this is just something that I'm showing you that you need to know how to do, because it will be very helpful when you're listening for these rhythms, and then you can put them in there. And you don't always get it right on first try, but that's just how it is. So that is it for this video. Thanks for watching, and check out the other ones.